Our guest chef this morning is a private chef, food content creator, recipe developer and caterer Zanele Mthalane. She's a lover of everything good food and is best described as a fun foodie who is passionate about cooking. Her delightful dishes made with love and laughter aims to make healthy eating seems easy and enjoyable. And she joins us now in studio this morning to take us through her culinary journey. Chef Zanny, a very good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. So good to be here this morning.
It's an absolute pleasure having you join us. And I want us to begin this conversation by you telling us how your culinary journey started and what really inspired it.
Okay, so how it started is that I just sort of love good life. Good lifestyle includes eating well, adopting different styles of eating or preparing food. How it initially started is that way, and then I sort of became friends with a couple of chefs, either home chefs or celebrity chefs, and then I traveled just a little bit and adopted a few styles along the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you talk of adopting different styles of eating, what is a style of eating? So
a style of eating, I would say, is first of all understanding that food is not just for the nourishment of the body.
Okay.
It's more about where the food actually takes you.
But of course, yeah.
And also just self-respect. I mean, if you respect your body, you'll put in good food.
Yeah.
And if you respect your body, you'll also respect the food that you prepare.
And you have got this strong belief that eating well or eating good food comes from within, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, it does. So I say it comes from within because I think everything good comes from within. So if you have the thought of doing good, you bring out good.
Okay.
So I hope I'm making sense there.
Definitely.
It makes sense to me.
Perfect sense.
It
Perfect
does.
sense. Got you. So how would you describe your style of cooking and what would you say sets you apart from the other chefs?
Okay, so first of all, I'd like to call myself a foodie.
Okay.
Zanny the foodie, yes, because I didn't go to professional cooking school or to become a chef. No, I didn't. I just adopted it along the way, like I said. I've got...
Like, did you read cookbooks or cooking tutorials on YouTube?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
So you're basically self-taught?
Self-taught, and I hang out with people that cook well, and I adopt styles, like I said.
Okay.
I've done a few events with them, just helping them and learning a few things along the way. And then some of the stuff I just come across, and I think because I am a creative, so sometimes things just pop up and I'm like, okay, let me just try this, and then it works. It usually works.
Okay, and then as a recipe developer, what does that entail? I mean, do you go through some of the recipes and then just tweak them a bit to add a bit of your Zanny flavor? What does that entail?
So pretty much, I think when you have, I won't call it a vision, but when you have an idea of what you want for your palate or for the palate of the people that you're feeding, I think developing flavors is very important. Okay. Some of the flavors you will have come across along the way, maybe from or through other people or through other chefs or cooking shows. And some of the flavors, you literally just discover them by mistake.
You discover them by
Actually,
mistake.
it's not a mistake.
And it takes a bit of creativity.
Yes.
And speaking of creativity, I'm looking at this sorghum salad.
That's my favorite.
My goodness
currently.
gracious me, who would have thought of coming up with such? Just take us through how you just...
I won't take credit for coming up with that. However, I will take credit for the colors that you can see that are popping there. However, I was helping out a chef friend who had an event or sort of a gig, and we discovered this at a farm, like in the outskirts of Fourways. So I like the story behind that salad because it's just a family that decided to move to the farm and make organic food and, plant rather, vegetables. And they came up, they introduced me to the salad, and I just want to say thank you to them. I don't know if I can mention them. Is that okay or not? Naledi Farm.
Okay.
Yes, I love them so much for that.
And then how did you prepare it though? Was it boiled? Was it steamed? So
firstly, you have to soak it for some time.
Oh, okay.
prefer to soak it for a couple of hours before I boil it. And then it needs to sort of pop open, not be soggy, but also not be hard.
Right.
And then you then decide what you can add anything.
Okay.
I usually like it with sweet corn, but I don't have it today.
Okay.
But otherwise,
What do you have it with here?
So I've got parsley, I've got cocktail tomatoes, I've got red onions. Red onions always do the trick. I've got evos, and I have got carrots.
Okay.
I don't usually add the carrot, but I just thought, let me add more color.
Just enjoy, you know.
You know?
And then we've got what, steak here?
This is a fillet steak.
Fillet steak, yeah.
And mashed potato.
It does
and
look like
brown
mushroom sauce.
Yeah, there's
ne?
mushroom sauce as well.
I can
yes,
tell. I can tell.
It's always nice to. I know there's already ready-made mushroom sauce where you just add boiling water, but it's always nice to start it from scratch,
yeah,
you know, because then you add your own flavors, you add your own stuff. I'm not going to say what, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you can also add fresh mushrooms as well.
Yes, of course, always.
Yeah. Okay. And yeah, I see there's mushrooms here. Are they grilled or fried?
They are grilled, and there's also rashers there. Those are pork rashers. Initially, I had
Pork
another
rashers?
idea. Yes, there's rashers in there, and then I put some spring onion, just chopped it up a little bit. Yeah.
All right, all right. And chicken gizzards?
Yes,
Yeah?
those are the gizzards. So the story behind this is that I always want to try and keep closer to home, because I think not a lot of us, but some of us grew up sort of Western, or in the Western way when we're raised, and we sort of didn't eat much of our own food or our own South African cuisine. And, you know, from our humble South African beginnings, I think this tells a story, because this is something that's usually like thrown away from the whole chicken.
I've seen people who do that.
Yeah, so
Like, why would people throw away such a delicacy?
I think back in the day I probably would have as well. But I've come up with a way to make it so tasty. So this is my appetizer. Also with the colors, you add your own colors.
It can be used as a starter as well. Hey?
Yes. These are skewers. Skewers.
Can you imagine those people who throw away chicken gizzards?
Oh, and I love chicken gizzards. Hey,
Really?
I grew up on chicken gizzards, and I like how you've made them
Skewed them,
Yeah.
and then with poppy seeds and a bit of sauce, so it's not too dry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that is so. I've never even thought of, because you know the first thought is that you eat them with a pap.
Yeah.
Do you know
I
what I
mean,
mean?
you
It's
still
just-
can.
Yeah.
Fried or boiled, yeah.
You still can, totally.
Okay, I suppose this is lamb?
Yes, that's lamb.
Lamb, okay.
Yeah.
Lamb stew or curry?
It's stew.
Hey, I've always had this debate between what's the difference
Stew
between
and
stew
curry.
and curry.
Yeah,
Hey.
curry. I think a stew is not as.
Yeah,
You know, the amount of. The curry has more spices than there's more
stew.
life to a curry. A stew.
This
So
also has
spices is
more
what
life.
defines. So spices
Mine
is
has
what
a lot
defines
of life. I
the
can tell
stew
you
or
that
curry.
for free. Hey?
So spices is what defines the
Yes, like
whether it's stew
the
or curry.
minimal seasoning and stuff.
Yeah.
Pretty
Okay.
much.
All
Like
right.
you don't overdo it, but mine
are you
is very
reachable?
flavorful.
You're out of time, unfortunately.
So, okay, I'm reachable on Instagram mostly as Zanny_Weza, Zanny Weza,
Okay.
Zanny Mthalane. Yes.
Right. Lovely chatting to you, Zanny.
Thank
Keep
you.
cooking.
Thank you, guys.